Hello, my fellow fan geeks. It's your fangirl, Tally, and today we are watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It must be a Tuesday, because it's time for Season 2, one of my favorite episodes, School Hard. We are going to be introduced to Spike and Drusilla, who's cuckoo for, well, just plain cuckoo, guys. But we love her, don't we? And Spike, how can you not love him? Let's get into this.
In every generation there is a chosen one. She alone will stand against the vampires, the demons, and the forces of darkness. She is the Slayer.
A lot of educators tell students, think of your principal as your pal. I say, think of me as your judge, jury, and executioner.
Okay, at the time that this was on, I was also a big fan of DS9, Star Trek Deep Space Nine. And so he also played the bartender, the Ferengi bartender Quark, on that show. And it took me a minute because without the prosthetic headgear, I knew him from someplace, but I couldn't figure out what place that was. And once I figured it out, it was so hard to watch him as Quark being kind of this all-knowing, greasy bartender versus this little dictator villain principal. It was just so weird. It also didn't help that, again, he had the prosthetic in one, and the other one, he's like a man in black, just boring, creepy, unsettling principal. So, yeah.
Tell me, who do you think is the most troublesome student in this school? Well, it is quite a match between you two. On the one hand, Buffy hasn't stabbed a horticulture teacher with a trowel.
I didn't stab anyone with a trowel. They were pruning shears.
On the other hand, Sheila has never burnt down a school building.
Well, that was never proven. The fire marshal said it could have been mice.
Mice?
Mice that were smoking?
Two of you seem to be tied in the class cutting and fight starting events. You really are neck and neck here. It's quite exciting.
What does the winner get?
Expelled. Thursday is parent-teacher night. Your parents, assuming you have any, will meet your teachers, assuming you have any left. I've decided to put the two of you in charge of this event. You have 3 days to prepare the refreshments, make the banners, and transform the school lounge into a habitable place for adults. This will incur my goodwill and may affect what I tell your parents when I meet them. Are we clear?
I'm clear. Don't you feel clear? We're very clear.
Good. Because you mess up this time,
The
and your parents will be coming to
hairstyles.
clean out
Oh
your
my
lockers.
god. Flashback
It shouldn't
to
be that
Fluid.
hard.
Anyone?
We can work on the banners at lunch tomorrow and figure out refreshments then.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Hey, meat pie!
Snyder's got you guys making party favors, huh?
His two worst students. That's what my mom sees when she looks at me. A Sheila.
Well, Sheila's definitely intense. That guy with her, that's the guy she can bring home to Mother.
She was already smoking in 5th grade. Once I was lookout for her.
You're bad to the bone.
I'm a rebel.
It's not fair. I'm a Slayer. It requires a certain amount of cutting and fighting. What's Sheila's excuse?
Homework. She won't do it. And most teachers respect that now. Oh, you might want to keep away any sharp implements when you're working with her.
Do you think any other Slayers ever had to go to high school?
It's no biggie. You'll have a nice soiree. Parents will love it. As long as nothing really bad happens between now and then, you'll be fine.
Are
Oh,
you crazy?
really?
What did you say that for? Now something bad is gonna happen.
What do you mean? Nothing's gonna happen.
Not until some dummy says, as long as nothing bad happens.
It's the ultimate jinx.
What were you thinking? Were we even thinking at all?
Okay,
What
not
you guys
gonna lie.
don't know Maybe this
Not
time it'll
only
be
did I
different.
own overalls, I wore them to high school on the regular. And my baby doll teeth. And you ain't live till you see 260. Ah! Yes! Oh my god! He is one of the only people who could pull off vamp face. Just like, wow. Okay, hang on. The day we met James Marsters, I was just like, oh my god, and he's the sweetest, nicest guy. He's come a few times, and even if you don't like pay for his signature, he'd just talk to you. He loved the fans of the show. He was just nice to everyone, and anyone who could talk about his story arc, he would just chat with.
The master is dead. Someone has to take his place.
As long as the Slayer's alive, whoever takes his place will be sharing his grave.
Then let the soul who kills her wear his mantle.
Can you do it?
Yes. This weekend, the night of St. Vigius, our power shall be at its peak.
Ah, your power's always
When
at
I
its
kill
peak.
her, it'll be the greatest event since the crucifixion. And I should know I was there.
You were there? Please. If every vampire who said he was at the crucifixion was actually there, it would have been like Woodstock.
I ought to rip your throat out.
I was actually at Woodstock. That was a weird gig. I fed off a flower person, and I spent the next 6 hours watching my hand move. So,
The
who do
duster.
you kill for fun around here?
Eyes.
Who are you?
Spike. You're that anointed guy.
Okay, you've all... Hang on. Now it's not centered. You've all heard the Duster story, right? Okay, if not, let me enlighten you. They got James, the Spike Duster. And for his age and the backstory that comes with him, the Duster was too new. It just looked like it hadn't been worn. So he actually got people to run over it back and forth with a steamroller until he was satisfied with how it looked. I just think that is the coolest thing. Just to make sure that every detail was there, and that the crew went along with it. Yes, let's do this. Sometimes there's so much detail in this show that is just, you don't even realize is there. Anyway.
I read about you. You got Slayer problems. That's a bad piece of luck. Do you know what I find works real good with Slayers? Killing them.
Can you?
A lot faster than Nancy boy there. Yeah, I did a couple Slayers in my time. I don't like to brag.
Who am I kidding?
Who am I kidding? I love to brag. There was this one Slayer during the Boxer Rebellion.
Drusilla. You shouldn't be walking around. You're weak.
Look at all the people. All these nice people.
We're getting along.
This one has power.
could feel it from the outside.
Yeah, he's the big noise in these parts. Anointed and all that.
Do you like daisies? I plant them, but they always die. Everything I put in the ground withers and dies. Spike, I'm cold.
I got you.
I'm a princess.
That's what you are.
Their love story is creeptastic and still, I think it's romantic. Ugh,
Me and Dru.
iconic.
We're moving in.
Now, any of you want to test who's got the biggest wrinklies round here? Step on up. I'll do your Slayer for you. And you keep your flunkies from trying anything behind my back. Deal?
I can't see her. The Slayer, I can't see. It's dark where she is. Kill her. Kill her, Spike. Kill her for me.
It's done, baby.
Kill her for Princess.
I'll chop her into messes.
You are my sweet. My little Spike.
So, how about this Slayer? Is she tough?
Ow.
What's wrong?
I spent a good part of my allowance on this new cream rinse, and it's neither creamy nor rinsey.
Life is hard, dear.
Don't I know it? Is that a split end?
I got the mail.
Good.
Which included a reminder notice about parent-teacher night, Thursday.
That's good.
Which you were planning on telling me about?
Oh, for the last 2 weeks.
Uh-huh. So, what do you think your teachers are going to tell me about you?
Well, I think they'll all agree that I always bring a pen to class ready to absorb the knowledge.
And this absorption rate, how is it reflected in your homework and test scores?
What can you really tell about a person from a test score?
Whether or not she's ever going out with her friends again.
Oh, that.
Well, I look forward to meeting your principal.
Won't that be something?
Look, sweetheart, life is
Just-
more than grades and homework and not getting kicked out of school.
I know.
But we moved once because of you getting in trouble. And I had to start a new business, not to mention a new life in a whole new town.
Really?
And you don't want to do it again.
What I don't want is to be disappointed in you again.
Oh.
Mom, it's the last thing that I want too. I'm trying. I really am. I have a lot of pressure on me right now.
Wait till you get a job. Sleep tight.
She has a job. You have to be at some point willfully blind not to notice this stuff about your kid.
I have a job.
Sheila's a no-show. She goes to this really rank bar, the Fish Tank. Sometimes they have raids and other stuff that could make you tardy.
Do you think you can help me cram some French tonight? I don't want Mr. Dijon telling my mother I'm an imbecile.
I thought we were going to the Bronze tonight because of how you thought Angel might show.
If he does, he'll meet some other nice girl. Studying comes first.
We're going to the Bronze. I can study and party and do parent-teacher night and make my mother proud as long as I don't have to
Buffy,
fight vampires.
there is nothing in the Chronicles about an extraneous lunar cycle.
The Order never accurately calculated the Mesopotamian calendar. Rupert, you have got to read something that was published after 1066.
Very funny.
What's the up, guys?
Well, Miss Calendar has been researching, surfing on her computer, and she's, according to her calculations, this Saturday is the Night of St. Vitus.
Let me guess. He didn't make balloon animals.
He led a crusade of vampires. They swept through Edessa, Haran, and points east.
And they didn't leave much behind.
Well, if I survive parent-teacher night tomorrow, I'll see what I can do about Saturday.
You're being a tad flip, don't you think? This is serious.
And getting kicked out of school is laughs aplenty.
You know what happens when you let your life interfere with your slaying.
Okay, well, if my slaying doesn't get me expelled, then I promise my banner making won't get me killed, okay? Just please let me get through this week.
This Saturday's going to need a great deal of preparation.
Well, we'll help.
Yeah, I'll whittle steaks.
And I can research stuff.
And while I'm whittling, I plan to whistle a jaunty tune.
Yes, your help will be greatly appreciated. But when it comes to battle, Buffy must fight alone. You are, after all, the slave. Slaves. You're all slaves to the television.
Yes.
Young people nowadays. Shall we go?
That's...
You wouldn't be helping Buffy in Sheila's place, would you?
No.
We're hindering.
She ditched. I feel an expulsion coming on.
No, actually, Sheila's been helping us for hours. She just went out to get some more paint. Oh, is there no more teal in the art room? I know you wanted everything to be perfect, but let's just go with what we have.
Just make sure everything is perfect on Thursday.
Thanks for covering. Guy's a serious rodent.
No problem.
What?
Did you really burn down a school building one time?
Well, not actually one time.
Cool.
La vache doit me touche de la journée. Was it wrong? Should I use the plural?
No, but you said the cow should touch me from Thursday.
The cow should.
Maybe that's what I was feeling.
And you said it wrong.
It was just stink.
You're just not focused. It's angel message.
Well, I didn't say for sure. It was a maybe see you there kind of deal.
Guys, I'm all alone out there. Somebody has to dance with me.
Well, we are studying.
Come on, one dance. You've been studying nearly 12 minutes.
No wonder my brain's fried.
Oh, Lord.
Come on.
The stalkery nature. He's one of the few big bads who actually like tries to learn her moves, tries to figure out her social life, get under the Slayer's skin, really trying to figure her out.
Go get something to eat. Where's the phone? I need to call the police. There's some big guy out there trying to bite someone.
Wow.
Slayer.
Slay.
Why would she run out of there without a stake?
I don't need to wait for St. Vicious. You're mine. Spike, give me a hand. Nice work, love.
Who are you?
You'll find out on Saturday.
Happens on Saturday.
I kill you.
one's Dwayne and which one's Del. Don't tell me. Del's on the tattoos. You guys weren't lying about having a Cadillac, were you? Because I'm crazy about a Cad. Just the feel of the leather makes me wanna... Where'd you go? What's going on? Where are you guys? Not funny!
Where did all
Who
of
are
Spike's
you?
henchmen come from?
Who do you want me to be?
Did you see
Those two losers who thought they were good enough for you?
what happened to him?
They got sleepy.
Huh?
And you got something a whole lot better.
Hey, wait up. What's your name?
Spike. That's what the other vampire called him? It's a little unorthodox, isn't it?
Maybe he's reformed.
Perhaps he went by another name in times past.
Well, whoever he is, we'll need all the help we
William
can get come
the
this
Bloody.
Saturday.
So this night of St. Vigius deal, if they're gonna attack in force, aren't we thinking vacation?
We can't run, that would be wrong. Could we hide? I mean, if that Spike guy is leading the attack, yee.
Well, he can't be any worse than any other creature you faced.
He's worse. Once he starts something, he doesn't stop. Until everything in his path is dead. So he's thorough, goal-oriented.
We were at the Bronze before. Thought you said you might show.
You said you weren't sure if you were going.
I was being cool. Come on, you've been dating for what, like 200 years? You don't know what a girl means when she says maybe she'll show?
Wow, 2 centuries of dating. If you only had 2 a year, that's still like 400 dates with 400 different... Why do they call it a mace?
We do have slightly more urgent matters to discuss.
Yeah, like keeping my mom away from Principal Snyder tomorrow night.
And not dying Saturday.
Angel, do you know if this Spike fellow goes under any other name?
Okay, that's it. I'm putting a collar with a little bell on that guy.
I don't... That becomes a running gag. Second episode in a row, I think, where they've suggested putting a bell on him.
Miss Edith speaks out of turn. She's a bad example. And we'll have no cakes today.
Darling, are you going to eat something?
I'm not hungry. I miss Prague.
You nearly died in Prague, idiot mob. This is the place for us. The Hellmouth will restore you, put color in your cheeks, metaphorically speaking, and in a few weeks' time.
The stars would align and smile down on us.
And then, God, this town will burn.
A pretty thought. They're preparing.
St. Vigius is coming up. Should be a party.
You should go up with them and cleanse.
True.
The boy doesn't trust you. They follow him. I think sometimes that all my hair will fall out and I'll be bald.
Never happened. All right. I'll go up and get chanty with the fellas, but you got to do me one favor. Eat something.
You see, Miss Edith, if you'd been good, you could watch with the rest.
Hey then. So you've got Cordy in on it. I guess after not getting her head chopped off, she could join the fun.
For 3 nights, the unholy ones scourged themselves into a fury, culminating in a savage attack on the night of St. Vigius.
Does anybody remember when Saturday night meant date night?
You sure don't. Oh, parents are arriving in an hour. Okay, so, banners are in place, the lounge is comfy. What am I forgetting?
Punch? Punch. I need punch.
My fingers are cramping. How long have I been doing this?
3 minutes.
So can I go now? She doesn't need this many steaks. I mean, if this guy Spike is as mean as you all said, it should be over pretty quickly.
Wow!
We're still all rooting for you on Saturday. I'd be there for you myself if I didn't have a leg wax.
You guys hold down the fort. I'm punch bound. No.
What kind of punch did you make?
Lemonade. I made it fresh and everything.
How much sugar did you use?
Sugar?
It's very good.
Okay, now all I have to do is keep my mother and Snyder from crossing paths for the rest of the night.
Hi, Miss Summers.
Hi, Willow. Hi, honey. Did you do all this?
Yeah. Here, have some lemonade. Right after Willow shows you the library. I have to stay here and hostess.
Right, the library. No, Giles and everyone
is locked in there studying. Right. French class it is.
Is that your mother?
Here. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was gonna introduce you, but, she wouldn't have said much. You know, she doesn't speak a word of English.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie. I've been sitting here trying not to make a Joker joke because she's dressed in all purple and green. I can't help it. My husband's a huge Joker fan. Editor hubby is like, someday I will show you guys his Joker collection because it is just like, wow. Okay. Decks of cards and Joker, and sometimes Joker and decks of cards. On decks of cards. Oy. But as soon as I saw her in purple and green, I was just like, oh.
Giles has us locked up in that library working on your weapons. Even slaves get minimum wage. What? You're starting to look a little slagged. What are you, just skipping foundation entirely now?
Cordelia, I have at least 3 lives to contend with, none of which really mesh. It's kind of like oil and water and a third unmeshable thing.
Yeah, and I can see the oil. Is that your mom? Now that is a woman that knows how to moisturize. Did it, like, skip a generation?
Well, I believe that I have seen every classroom on campus. And just as I get there, all your teachers miraculously have stepped out.
But you haven't seen the boiler room yet. And, you know, that's really interesting, what with the boiler being in the room and all.
Hi, I'm Joyce Summers. I'm Buffy's mother.
Principal Snyder. I'm afraid we need to talk. My office is down here.
Uh-oh.
He didn't look very happy.
But you did such a good job.
When they're done talking.
What?
My guess? 10th high school reunion? You'll still be grounded.
Cordelia, have some lemonade.
Oh, there you are.
I'm gonna burn a hole in her stomach.
Our new friend Spike. He's known as William the Bloody. And is nicknamed by torturing his victims with railroad spikes. Very pleasant. Oh, well, here's some good news. He's barely 200. He's not even as old as Angel. Oh.
That's a bad look, right?
I think your suggestion of running away this Saturday might have been a good one. Spike has fought 2 slayers in the last century, and
he's killed them both.
He's killed them both.
In the car, now.
This is still a jerky move. Just starts closing the lights off.
What can I say? Couldn't wait.
I just love how quippy he is. Don't you? One of the other things is Spike got real depth. You know, he was not just a two-dimensional bad guy.
Nobody gets out, especially the girl.
Everybody this way, come on! Come on!
Yes, let's go into a...
Spike in your army! Look out! And here! Now!
We cut the power. Nobody got out.
And the Slayer?
She either went that way or that way. I saw two others.
You don't know?
I'm a veal kind of guy. You're too old to eat.
Oh, he
But
snapped
not
his
to
neck.
kill. I feel better.
They've cut the fans.
The amount...
Wait a minute. There's an old boarded up cellar behind the stacks. You can get out that way.
The amount
Find
of clever
Angel. He knows about Spike. We need
it
him.
takes
No, I'm
to
not
write
going anyone
Spike.
to another
I
Buffy
just...
whether we're all right. No one will be all right unless we get some help.
Do you know what? This was the West Wing before the West Wing.
I didn't get much of a
It's
look,
just
but
that
there's something
smart.
wrong with their faces.
Yes. PCP. It's a gang on PCP. We've got to get out of here.
Gang on
You can't go
PCP.
outside, they'll kill you!
I love that.
Tell me. I tell you.
They will kill everybody in this room. Nobody goes out, nobody comes in until I say so. Do you hear me?
Who do you think you are?
I'm the one that knows how to stop them.
Buffy, are you crazy? Look, I know you've been accused of fighting and other things, but those guys are serious. You can't go out there.
I know. That's why I'm going up there. Don't worry, Mom.
Slayer. Here, kitty, kitty.
No, this has to make me such a
I find
super
one of your
creeper,
friends first. I'm going to suck them dry. And use their bones to bash your head in. Are you getting a word picture here?
Oh, God, oh, God.
Spike! Listen.
Someone's in the ceiling.
Hey, what are you doing? There are at least 3 vampires in that hall. God only knows how many others in the building.
Listen, I am the Watcher. I am responsible for her, and I have to go.
Rupert. Be careful.
Push these back as soon as I... Buffy, you're all right.
How are the others?
Principal Snyder, my mother, and 4 others are locked in the science room across the hall. Willow and Cordelia ran the other way. I don't know if they're... Where's Xander?
He got out through the stacks. He's getting Angel.
Good. Okay, I'm gonna take the vamps out in the hall. After that, you get my mom and the others out the same way.
Let me help you.
Giles, my mother's in that room. If I don't make it out of here, I know you'll make sure she does.
Bloody right I will. Fair enough. What's your plan?
Well, they split up to hold us here, so I'm gonna take them one-on-one. Set them up and knock them down.
Watch your back.
Why don't you sit down? This is my school. What I say goes, and I say this is not happening.
Well, then, I guess the danger's over.
I'm not waiting for them to open the doors. I'm getting out.
Don't be an idiot.
I'm beginning to see a certain mother-daughter resemblance.
We do know where she
No!
gets it from.
Look, you heard what Buffy said.
She's a student. What does she know?
Yeah. Door's solid. Use your head.
I love how he just stood there and watched him bang at the door. And he was like, okay, this is enough.
Come with me!
He's just gonna let that one keep banging away.
I did it!
Dumbass. The sport.
You know a lot about the Spike guys, so, you got a plan? Good plan.
I think he's gone. He could come back. What are we gonna do? Pray?
Not saying anything.
Guard the door. I'm almost in.
That was a very
Buffy, are you okay?
large, furry forearm.
Buffy, look, get out of here, okay? We'll be all right.
Look, just hang on for one more minute until I tell you to open the door. Sheila, where have you been?
Sorry I'm late. There's some really weird guys outside.
Shh. Yeah, I know. They're trying to kill us.
This should be fun.
Angelus! Spike! I'll be damned!
I taught you to always guard your perimeter.
This is one of my first slash
You
shifts
should have someone
ever.
out there.
I did. I'm surrounded by idiots. What's new with you?
Everything.
Yeah. Come up against this Slayer yet?
She's cute. Not too bright, though. Gave the puppy dog a more tortured act. Keeps her off my back when I feed.
People still fall for that Anne Rice routine. What a world.
I knew you were lying. Undead liar guy. Wanna bite before we kill her?
Stay behind me. Mom, now!
Come on, let's go.
Get them out!
Where did all
You're
these
coming
extra
too.
people come
In a
from?
minute,
There
go!
was only 2 of them in there a second ago.
Buffy!
Haven't seen you in the killing fields for an age.
I'm not much for company.
No, you never were.
So, why are you so scared of the Slayer?
You scared?
Yeah. Time was you would have taken her out in a heartbeat. Now look at you. I mean, this torture thing is an act, right? You're not housebroken.
I saw her kill the master. Hey, you think you can take her alone? Be my guest. I'll just feed and run.
Oh, don't be silly. We're old friends. We'll do it together. Let's drink to it.
Oh! You think you can fool me? You were my sire, man. You were my Yoda.
Oh, the biggest plot hole ever.
Not us, not demons.
Okay, I told you guys. I warned you. I can't not spoil, especially in this season. And I know that makes me a bad, horrible fangirl. But this was my first ship, and I still held to this canon before it, later in the show, they did this whole thing with Drusilla was his sire, which is, sire is the person who creates the vampire, who actually drains their blood and then lets them bite. So right here, he says, you were my sire, you were my Yoda. So this was the one who taught him how to be bloodthirsty monster. And you'll find out later in the season why Angelus had that. So yeah, it's just, which again, that story arc, which none of us saw coming until the later half of the season. Oh my God. Needless to say, huge freaking plot hole. Joss jossed himself, which that's where that stuff comes from. In fact, we still use that term in multiple fandoms. Oh, they jossed themselves. That's so sad.
Not demons. Man, I can't believe this. You Uncle Tom.
Ouch.
Come on, people. This isn't a spectator sport. Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of a nice, ripe girl.
Do we really need weapons for this?
I just like them. They make me feel all manly. The last Slayer I killed, she begged for her life. You don't strike me as the begging kind.
You shouldn't have come here.
No. I messed up your doilies and stuff. But I just got so bored. I'll tell you what. As a personal favor from me to you, I'll make it quick. It won't hurt a bit.
No, Spike. It's gonna hurt a lot.
Come on, everyone. This way.
How is Xander holding his own with vampires? Oh, Angel will save him, that's right. Oh, right. This is when Joyce is a badass, too.
Now that hurt. But not as much as this will.
Get away from my daughter.
You get the hell away from my daughter.
I forgot the H-bomb.
Women.
Spike's in the...
Nobody lays a hand on my little girl.
Oh. You have no idea.
Take care of this.
Hello, Bob.
It's over. They all got away. I got a body inside, and I got another one on the south lawn. It looks like he was pulled right through the window.
I told him not to go through that window.
Well, another wonderful, fun-filled evening.
Yes, you know, I will understand if you decide to start avoiding me.
She's a technical.
So when you gave him my neck to chew
About to
on,
be a
why didn't you
gypsy.
clock him before he had a chance to clock you?
I told you, I couldn't make the first move. I had to see if he was
Not
buying
the
it or not. And if he bit me, what then?
Poofy
We would have
dress
known he
kind.
bought it.
The
Yeah, what's the
person
deal with you
kind.
being Spike's sire? What's a sire?
I need to say something to the media people.
So?
So? You want the usual story? Gang-related, PCP?
What you have in mind, the truth?
Right. Gang-related, PCP.
And that's where you
So,
find out
What did
Snyder's
you
in
and
the
Principal
know.
Snyder talk about anyway?
Principal Snyder said you were a troublemaker. And I could care less. I have a daughter who can take care of herself, who's brave and resourceful and thinks of others in a crisis. No matter who you hang out with or what dumb teenage stuff you think you need to do. I'm gonna sleep better knowing all that.
But how long till this wears off and you start ragging on me again?
No, at least a week and a half. Very cool.
And if you get me out of this, I swear I'll never be mean to anyone ever again. Unless they really deserve it. Or if it's that time of the month. In which case, I don't think you or anyone else can hold me responsible.
Ask for some aspirin.
And can you please send some aspirin?
Hey! I love that they forgot him.
Spike, did she hurt you?
It was close, baby, but...
Oh, come here.
A Slayer with family and friends. That sure as hell wasn't in the brochure.
You'll kill her. And then we'll have a nice celebration.
Yeah, a party.
Yeah, with streamers and songs.
How's the annoying one?
He doesn't want to play.
Figures. Well, suppose I better go make nice.
You failed.
I offer penance.
Penance? You should lay down your life. Our numbers are depleted. The Feast of St. Vitus has been ruined by your impatience.
I was rash. And if I had to do it all over again... Who am I kidding? I would do it exactly the same. Only I'd do this first.
Why is there just a random cage hanging there? And sunlight.
From now on, we're gonna have a little less ritual and a little more fun around here.
Let's see what's on TV.
Oh my god. And that's where you find out they turned a child. Okay, guys, I'm pretty sure you know how I feel about this one. I fangirled just all over. All over. It's everything. It's all of it. I can't. I just... Spike! I love Spike. I don't care how creepy the relationship with Drusilla is. I love them. And like I said, Spike Angelus was my first slash. It was. It's definitely not my last, but it was my first slash. So and slash is, or was, the term for male fanfic at the time. So you may hear me drop that from time to time like I do BL. It's just the term I've learned to use for those because of the different fandoms or different medias that, whatever. Okay, guys, let me know what you think. Do you like Spike? Do you like Dru? Do you hold to this canon or that canon of Spike's backstory? Comment below and let me know. I really love to hear from you guys. Remember to like this video with a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe, because that really helps our channel. And remember to hit the notification bell if you haven't already, because it lets you know every single time we drop a new video. Bye, guys.